We're in a heat wave with zero chance of rain, so why is Essex Gamekeeper Geoff Garrod going pigeon shooting with an umbrella?
One, that'll give us a bit of shelter. Two, that'll just give us a bit of protection from the pigeons, because an open net hide, it is all right if they're decoying perfectly, but the fact is there's so much activity going on all around the place. I wanted to conceal myself as much as I could, really. They're in the wheat tram lines. They're just beginning to get onto the beans. They're on the rape stubble. They're on the wheat stubble. This block of land, there's no hedges. There's no bushes. It's just a track, and that's it, really. We've got the M11 motorway behind us, so we can't sort of go up there. So I just thought, well, I've never done it before, so I'll just try it and stick it out in the middle of the field. Put the umbrella up, drape the net over the top, round the bottom, just sit there, do all the shooting, virtually sitting down, and just see what happens. The area that we're on here, we must be talking about 300 acres. I've just started on the spring beans, which have all gone off. They're landing in them. What few beans are, they're just knocking them out. You know, when we got here, it was a case of pigeons everywhere. Just find somewhere to go and hopefully try and decoy a few. So we're getting a nice bit of shade from the sun, which is good. And pigeons are not taking too much notice of it, which is good again. And it's giving us a bit of shelter from the top from the pigeons. So I'll give you a shout in about 2 hours' time and let you know exactly how it's getting on.
Just a week ago, Geoff was working alongside local farmers and fire crews as they battled a massive blaze that threatened to engulf the village.
Someone had a barbecue, it caught the stubble alight, and we had about 4 or 5 hours of trying to battle a raging inferno. It took out 200 acres of stubble, then got into the standing corn and took out, I think, 250 acres of standing corn. We had 19 fire appliances with us, helping us out, and 2 or 3 different farmers could see what was going on, no questions about it. They just, you know, chucked on a plough and a cultivator. If it wasn't for the fact for a couple of farmers from Mickleton that they come in the opposite end to the fire and they were just ploughing up furrows in the standing corn, which I think was one of the things that really sort of managed to control the fire. It was quite a frightening experience, to be honest with you. When it got into the standing corn, the noise and the speed that it came over the hill, you'd have been a fast bloke to trying to outrun it. As from the game side of things, we had to undo a pen because the fire was going up the side of the maize, and looked at it the next day, and it singed like 3 or 4 rows of maize up, and it would have, well, it singed the pen up. So we had no option but to just let them go. They had more of a chance outside than what they would have done inside. You know, chances are that we'll probably lose half of them. You know, that's without anything that, you know, got caught up in the fire. I mean, we've already seen, you know, hares that just lay on the ground, just absolutely burnt to smithereens. You know, it's any wildlife on the ground that was in the path of that fire stood no chance. So, you know, it was a devastating fire, devastating fire.
Back in the umbrella hide, the action is picking up. Geoff started the day with just a couple of dead birds as decoys and adds to the pattern as we go.
You stuck them out on a couple of cradles above the stalks. I mean, the rape stalks are fairly high here. You know, it's been an absolute nightmare to walk in. But I think it worked all right. I mean, there was another flight line sort of like started coming from the opposite direction, and they were dropping in the wheat up the end and then eventually coming onto the rape.
Today is the first outing for Geoff's new Browning Maxus 2. He is shooting his favourite Ely Pigeon Select cartridges with 30 grams of number 6 shot and a fibre wad.
pigeon numbers around here have been not big numbers. We haven't got millions of pigeons, thousands and thousands of pigeons. You know, we've got a nice few about, and if you perhaps can concentrate all the pigeons in one area, you know, you could get yourself a decent day. But you know, what we've got, they're spread out quite a way. So, which is why, like I say today, you know, I was quite happy to finish up with 55. I haven't got any mechanical gear, flappers, whirlers, whatever you want to call them, just standard decoy pattern. So I was quite happy to come away with 55 today.
See more of Geoff in our Gamekeeper's Diary Revisited series, link in the description below. And if you're looking to buy a Browning Maxus 2, Ely Hawk cartridges or Jack Pike clothing, go to kitfinder.co.uk.